Yo, what an episode this was of Overlord, and the setup continues, and also the development for Sebas, the gentleman himself, probably the best butler in anime right now, and in my opinion, and I stated that Nabe is probably one of my, if not my favorite character, the Guardians of the Nazarick. I think after this episode, Sebas has taken that spot because the amount of development that he's gotten in just these 3 episodes alone is amazing. Because before this arc, we knew next to nothing about Sebas's character. Yeah, he was a serving Lord Irons, but now that's changed because he's thinking for himself, and on top of that, he's learned to. He doesn't have bias towards humans. He has no problem with helping out humans. If anything, he's a perfect balance. And I remember the comment that he made about the Supreme One, able to make him in that image, but maybe he's coming to develop those feelings for himself. Case in point, the way he has been treating Sarai like she should be treated, like a lady who doesn't need to be abused. That's the first criteria. The second is when he agreed to help train, climb, and help out Brain in this episode. So, and when he didn't really have a reason to do it, he could probably take Succulent and the rest of these assassins, no problem. But I think because he sees the way that Climb carries himself, and he pretty much stated like, yo, your hands are made for some other warrior, but you don't have the talent. But I'd be more than happy to show you. You have a will to keep aspiring forward because you have something you wish to protect. So I admire that. So that's why I'm going to help you out. So we actually see Climb at the beginning of the episode. Speaking of characters, we actually get introduced to more of the character of Gargad, which I thought was hilarious. She addresses Climb as a virgin boy, which I thought was hilarious. So maybe this is foreshadowing something between Princess Rena and Climb by the end of this, because we've already seen Lizard intercourse already in Overlord Season 2. So I don't know, maybe that's a thing. It's been made between Princess Rena and alongside Lachius, so which in turn involves Climb, which now, like I've been saying, it indirectly gets Sebas involved with this as well, and there's no reason why he won't help out. Like I've been saying, this episode is a perfect example of why he wouldn't. That's actually threatening to actually do something to Sebas unless he can come up with the funds in order to pay for the fact that he took Sarai away from, I guess, the slave trade. So now you have a common enemy, and you have a reason to tie these protagonists together. Now, like I said, I don't know if Irons is going to get involved. If he does, I'll give you my reasons as to why by the end of this. But the thing is, Evil Eye to train him to use magic, able to use magic. But Evil Eye said no, because you don't have the talent for it, and no matter what kind of dream you have, it's forced to chase a dream. When you can't accomplish it, it's going to leave you down a dark path. That's why she turned it down. But he's pretty much stated, yo, if you want to get to learn a magic ability, you have to learn the magic you're up against. So that Sebas is well versed in magic as well. So that could tie itself up as well. So I thought that was kind of cool. We get more insight into Evil Eye's character as well. Before it was completely mysterious. Now she seems like an innocent kid in a mask who actually cares for people. So that's kind of cool. Gargana is a macho tomboy kind of character, we kind of found out. Then it was mentioned about Momon, or Irons on Goal. His involvement in the world has been made known to Evil Eye, which is what I specifically stated. Maybe Irons wouldn't have a problem helping out. So then Climb actually, we see Sebas, and he's like following a crowd. I guess one boy is getting beaten up because he accidentally ran into somebody. A full-grown male just beats him up because of an accident. Sebas comes in with super speed. Climb witnesses this, and he actually, because it was his job to actually protect people, but he got there late. Sebas beat him to it. That dude caught the hands of Sebas, and that was it. So, and then Climb comes in with a potion that was given to him by Evil Eye. So that's cool. He fixed the kid up, and then hails Sebas, trying to thank him for what he did, but also, could you train me to actually move the way you did because you used some super speed? And then, lo and behold, Brain is actually eavesdropping on all this. He witnesses this too, and Sebas, who I thought would actually turn it down because not wanting to involve people, or the way but he said no. Let me see your hands. Like they're made for a warrior, but your sword hasn't seen much action. It's like a secondary weapon. So talent for it. So, and if you go through with this, you could actually end up dying. Climb says there's a reason he can't die just yet. He has somebody precious to him. We know what that person is. So So there you go. It unleashes some conqueror's hockey type of deal for One Piece and intimidates, or at least tries to intimidate, Climb. He does a good job. It looks like he's about to die. And even Brain is feeling this from the outside in. So this is like, for him, this is like Shaltier all over again. But Climb was able to realize what was important because Princess Renner, who he cares for deeply, is the reason why he wasn't afraid to die. So Sebas saw this. He comes up with a punch. Climb was able to dodge it, although I personally think Sebas was kind of holding back because he saw this anyway. So he saw the resolve for Climb to... His legs were shaking, but he didn't fear death anyway. So that was kind of cool. So it's like, yo, you made the cut, kid. So it looks like he's going to train him up. But before then, we have Brain join the group, and he's kind of like asking Climb, why didn't you fear death? Why didn't you back down? Because when it happened to him with Shaltier, he just teared up and ran off like a little bitch. So that's why he asked Climb. It's pretty much stated that, well, I don't know how, but I guess when I thought about the Princess Renner, they keep on living to not fear death. And there you go. So there's the source of strength. When you have somebody you care for, that could push you beyond your limit. It goes hand in hand with what was stated previously with the certain limitations with humans can only attain, but those above them, like vampires, like magical users, they can supersede that. But when you have something you care about, it can push you beyond your limits. That's what motivates Climb. And I think the same thing's going to happen to Brain, even though he doesn't have that person. The only person we know he has connections with is Stronov. So Climb was also trained by Stronov, so it kind of makes sense why the two would interact with one another. And then we get the three-man team here that I think Sebas would have been fine without him. And Sebas was like, yo, you need to leave because we've got a company here, a group of assassins led by Succulent, obviously to get an early drop in on Sebas. That wasn't going to happen. And then Brain and Climb decide that they're going to stick around. So you take the two on the front side. I'm going to take the rest. So I mean, Sebas was throwing his fists on. I mean, my God, these guys didn't know what hit him. And there was an assassin that threw a lot of blades, and Sebas caught him like it was nothing. He just KOs him. Climb had a pretty interesting scene when he's going against one assassin. He was struggling. Sebas helped him out, and then he gets the final hit. And that was kind of cool. I need to go up to Succulent because I'm going to kill him, and this is going to be pretty dangerous. So you don't need to follow me. And Climb was like, no, we're not letting you go off on alone, because if I did, that would insult myself as a man, and I wouldn't be worthy to protect the person I care about. So that was kind of cool. Brain gets somewhat of development, but he still has a long ways to go, I think. But he finally gets it. And like I said, there's a connection between Stronov, and I think that connection, because Stronov has a lot of respect for Momon, okay, Lord Irons on Goal, maybe that's the way that Irons is actually going to help out instead of punishing Sebas. Because remember what Solution's trying to do here. She was trying to rat out Sebas in the previous episode. We didn't see Solution. We didn't see Saray. She might end up doing something to actually keep Saray for herself, because I don't know if she's super jealous or if she really doesn't trust Sebas. But it's interesting to see where this goes. Like I said, I don't think Irons is going to do anything to punish Sebas, if anything, because of his character and the way he was mentioned by Evil Eye. He seemed like he had no problem helping out at the end. But I'm hoping Sebas gets this more development, because there's some exposition on Latius with their weapon. Apparently it's a cursed weapon. She's having trouble controlling. In fact, if anything, the weapon's controlling her. So we've got some exposition that she's trying to gain command of a sword. It kind of reminds me of Zoro from One Piece, when he attained Shusui on Thriller Back. I think it was Shusui, right? What he attained from Ryoma. It has a mind of its own. When Zoro tried to attack Oz, there's a point where Zoro couldn't control it because it had a mind of its own. So Zoro has to learn how to control it, but now that's obviously not going to be a problem. So it's the same thing here. It has a mind of its own that actually takes over. Both Saray and Princess Renner do look alike. It's actually, I think that's not done by accident. So my final point is this: do you think that the fact that Princess Renner does resemble Saray in some way, if Sebas actually sees her and finds out that Climb wants to protect her, will that be what Sebas needs in order to join up with Evil Eye and Gargan alongside Lachias with Princess Renner? Because there's already been movements been made to overthrow the Eight Fingers because of Princess Renner's douchebag brothers, because they're getting involved. So there's a lot of political stuff going on. So with the Eight Fingers, we know for a fact there's two groups within that organization has huge impacts on this arc. Number one is, I guess, Hilda with the drug trade, the black dust drugs that have been used to actually drug Saray. And the second is the slave trade, which was also responsible for causing Saray a lot of problems. So once another thing was mentioned too about the cursed weapons with when Klein was talking with Evil Eye. Evil Eye mentioned about the rings that Princess Renna is using. That could be a danger to her, and Klein was already freaking out about this. So do you think that's foreshadowing something that's going to happen to Princess Renna, where she could end up being manipulated by this?
Like I said, I think this is going to tie up with them joining up with Evil Eye and Princess Renna to take on the Eight Fingers after Suckling pretty much gets his ass kicked by Sebas. Kind of cool. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Great episode. Like I said, Sebas may have hit that top spot for my favourite character, but Nabe still number 2 in my opinion. So, like this video if you did. Subscribe to the channel for more Overlord. Catch you guys later.